Don't judge me, it's Friday. It's Friday, 6:10 p.m. I'm a couple drinks in, actually. That's, I guess, the beauty or the horror, depending on how you look at it, of being able to work by yourself, work for yourself, working at home. I look forward to the rest of the night. I've got some plans in my head, at least. It'll be an adventure. I'm going to things that I don't usually go to, and seeing things I haven't seen before, even though they're pretty much right down the street, which for me is always exciting. I love the brand new freaking stimuli that can happen and putting myself in a new situation, seeing how I can learn and grow and what I can perceive and what I see. I'm so not a homebody. I don't even like freaking routines. I hate routines. There are certain things about routines, actually, the Virgo in me loves. Yeah. And there are certain things that health-wise and otherwise, mental health, physical health, are great for you that I enjoy a lot. But there are other routines that I just freaking can't stand. Okay. So I'm a little buzzed. I'm hanging out. I'm really hoping that I start vlogging again regularly, because despite I've shot so much stuff that I've never edited and put together. But then I picked up my old iPhone, because I now have this monstrosity. Yeah, this is my phone, guys. It's like a mini tablet. It's like a mini tablet. Anyways, it's a good phone overall. What was I saying? That monstrosity. Oh, I kind of miss vlogging. I don't know why. My life isn't all that exciting. I'm just a filmmaker in LA trying to make it. That's it. There's a ton of us. Why do I stand out? I don't. That's the truth. I just don't. Maybe one day I will completely stand out. That would be ideal. Well, not necessarily ideal. I just want to be at the top of my game, which I hope is at the top of the industry's game, the film industry. And so I know I have a long way to go. I've got a lot of things to learn. I've got a lot of things to experience. I've got a lot of things to do. But I'm working towards it. And I hope that definition comes from the internet. Comes from YouTube, comes from video blogging, comes from my experience in the digital world, because let's face it, I'm a social media whore. I love my digital world. It's not anything new there. I know there are rules. You're supposed to keep video blogs under like 5 minutes or whatever, or 8 even, but I don't care. Because this really isn't for me, or isn't for you, I should say. It's kind of for me. It's kind of for me to, like, release some of this energy and put these thoughts into words, into, like, speaking them out into the universe. And, yeah, some of it's going to be my life, so maybe you're interested, maybe you're not. But at the very least, I am able to go back in 10 years, should YouTube still be around, which I think is going to be a possibility, and rewatch them and remember them, because let's face it, dude, if you know me, you know I'm nostalgic. I can be very nostalgic at times. And so rewatching them for me, and hopefully my kid and my wife would be awesome. That's my thought. So tonight I'm going to a car show at Bob's Big Boy, which has been happening in Burbank for quite some time. And then we're going to go hang out at a bar, I think. Maybe get some dinner around there and just chill. And we being my roommates and myself. Yeah, I know that's exciting to you. I know it is. I know it isn't. So, yeah, first I just poured my next one. It's gonna be one of those type of days. But I had a rough week in my head, man. I don't know what it was. There's just something lingering. Actually, I do know what it is, but I just don't want to go into it. Okay, so when I decided to press the record button, I was going to speak about something in particular, which was, I remember. There was a point in time where a celebrity, a famous person, I don't know what to call him. He's just a dude to me. Okay, that's not necessarily true. He is kind of famous, but I don't oogle and ogle over him. I know some people that do. He's not an A-lister. He's not a B-lister. He's not even a C-lister. Yeah, he's a D-lister, but most of you probably don't even know what that really honestly means in filmmaking standards. Anyhow, he once said to a friend of mine, to my business partner, that he wasn't even sure what I did. He knew that I was involved in film, but he didn't know exactly what my position was. Because at one point, for those of you that have been following me for so long, I've been doing... I've always been involved in video, but I've been doing events. I was doing a film festival. I was producing. I was ADing. I was doing social media. I remember not too long ago, a good friend of mine who was involved in the industry, someone who I just genuinely adored and really liked as a human being and as an artist and as a philosopher and all sorts of things, told me, he's like, Craig, I always just thought you were the social media guy. Well, I've sat out to change that and just put all my efforts and all my focus in directing, which doesn't always make me a ton of money, because a lot of directors just have to go start it themselves and do it themselves, which is a really tough road. And there are some things I still needed to learn about that personally, which I feel like I'm learning. So I started down that road just to be known as a director, nothing else. Yeah, okay, social media, that's always going to be part of me because that's just kind of what I'm into right now. Will that change in 15 years, 10 years, 5 years, 2 years? I don't know. But for now, that's part of me. And it is also defines my day job, where the majority of my cash comes from. Not all of it, because actually I am lucky enough to actually direct for a living. I do have money, and I do have income that comes in from that. It's not my own passion project quite yet, but it does help pay the bills. So with that said, I've always wanted to find a producer that is just a producer. They are actually few and far between. Most producers are also writers. Most producers are also directors. Most producers are writer-directors. Most have another goal in mind. I can't honestly tell you I know one person that is actually just a producer. There's a second person that I know who is mainly a producer, but knowing him and dealing with him, I know that he had other passions at one point, or other thoughts. At least, I don't know if they've come and go, but I really want a producer that's into social media. I want a producer that gets the digital age, even if we're doing an indie film, or if we're doing something for new media, or if we're doing something for television or theater or whatever it is, someone that gets the digital age. That's my rant for the moment. This is going to be a long vlog for the first one out in quite some time. Other than my 30 knots vlog. Enjoy, I guess. So here we are at the Burbank Car Show. Looking at the Ford Deluxe. Out the engine.
Marcos.
A little info.
You found the guy?
Show me.
Come here, I'll tell you.
77 was no longer 35 years ago.